Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today on the pre-shuffle, I'm looking at what is the general trend of energy in the collective. Where are the masculine and feminine energies going? So I'm going to pull a connection spread and see where things are at. Thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the DMs on the left, the feminines on the right, divine feminines? What is the connective energy? What is the challenge in the near future? Where are the energies going? What is the trend that the energies are currently going towards? DMs, Sun in the reverse. 10 of Swords in the reverse in the connection. Ooh, and a bunch came out for the feminines. Okay, so we get 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Every time I see half of another card in the same suit, I treat it a little bit unique. And then 8 of Cups. So we're going to get into that. And Page of Pentacles, kindness on the bottom of the deck. So let's see what we can for this Sun in the reverse for the DMs. There are little twins on that card, and there's playfulness here. So let's see, what is this trend? The DMs are starting to see how, I just heard partner in crime, but play was an energy that crime means play. Okay, 10 of Cups. So how joyful, how happy, how free-spirited, how just full of bliss and fun their counterpart is, and how they're feeling quite removed from that. So there does seem to be like this idea that they could have that again, or that they could deepen with you, Divine Feminine, that way. Let's see what the 10 of Swords is for the DMs. Divine Masculines, 10 of Swords. What is this energy? Ooh. Okay, we get so many. The Ace of Pentacles. So this is the forward motion in the physical, coming forward, communicating, offering something. 8 of Pentacles. The 8 and the 9, or the Ace, become a 9 of Pentacles, which is sovereign energy, thinking for themselves, choosing a unique direction. But this is doing the inner work. 8 of Pentacles is a card of specializing in something, taking something to the next level. In the inverse like this, I read it as though it's a deep internal work that the Divine Masculines are doing because of this rock bottom energy, because of this very solo, forsaken kind of energy. And this is kind of the answer to come out of it. So there's emotion seeing that you represent the sun that is not shining in their life. The universe is the World card, and this is talking about in the reverse, this cycle not being complete just yet. Spirit of Pentacles, this is commitment. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, impatience, and 2 of Pentacles, baby steps. So Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. Wow, everything in this bit was Pentacles. We've got 9, 16, 17, 18, 19 Pentacles here. That's quite amazing that it's all these real world practical concerns. And this cycle of sorting the 3D, the material realm. The Pentacles are the earth suit, the material realm concerns. Wow, that's just stunning that there's so much going on that the masculines have been toiling and trying to figure out regarding this problem of the existential crisis, feeling abandoned, not wanting to abandon others, financial concerns, material realm concerns. This can be other people that are dependent on the masculines with this desire to figure out how to become autonomous in their lives. As they're doing the inner work, they're starting to see the possibilities for that. starting to see how it doesn't have to be a waiting game, that it can be activated now, that King of Pentacles, commitment, connection energy, it feels a little bit like an injustice energy here, that they're starting to see that even though they haven't been coming forward or able to engage in this connection like these cards say they want to, that they don't have to wait much longer, or that they can see how it will be at least done now, even if they know they have a little bit of a wait. They are ending the cycle of overthinking the material permission, the material realm permission, so what others would think, what the logistics would be. They are really just wanting to solve it and come forward to a happier time. They don't have quite all the answers with the Sun in the reverse, but they do know that they deserve and desire to go towards their happiness now. Whatever has been attempted, the grass was not greener on the other side. And it landed them up in more of this Ten of Swords energy. Okay, let's have a look at the Divine Feminines. So let's see what these Ten of Pentacles, so this is the happiness, the legacy in the physical. And I'm getting with this Eight of Wands and the Four of Wands that they can feel the winds of change brewing. They can feel that something is going down for the masculines. I'm taking it that this Ten of Swords is energetically shared between the two. So if the Divine Feminines are picking up on this energetically, it seems to be from the masculine side. There's an interaction there that's creating stability. The Four of Wands is a card of stability, and the Divine Feminines are focusing on their own cup. So the masculines have walked away and they are really now considering unconditional love. For many Divine Feminines, they know that this walking away, I know we've had some messages of blocking or limitations right now. Divine Feminines, it does look like for the Divine Masculines that have taken space, gone silent, blocked, that there is a lot of contemplation about how the material realm can be navigated in these connections. But Divine Feminines seem to know this energetically, that in order to get to this Ten of Pentacles, which is Pentacles that relates to all of these Pentacles, that there needs to be a period of self-maintenance, self-love, while the masculines figure out whatever it is that needs to be balanced in the material realm. So let's see what we can for the Divine Feminines, sensing the stability that's going to ultimately be created by this kind of movement right now. Four of Pentacles in the inverse. So this is opening of the heart chakra. This is letting go of scarcity and lack mentality. So many Divine Feminines are considering filling up their own cup, moving on, letting the masculine go, not waiting for the feminine, looking. This feminine seems to be saying, okay, fine, go get yours, but where's mine? What do I do with this? How do I take care of myself? How do I come into ultimate balance on my own if you're going to disappear or walk away? So the feminines are opening their hearts so that scarcity mindset is no longer in the picture, and Divine Feminines are realizing there is an abundance all around. Whether their Divine Masculine is there or not, that the Divine Feminines are truly getting to a place of good on their own, stability, or know that they need to actively discern how to create more of that stable foundation in their own right if they are being rocked by the Divine Masculines at this time. What can we see for the Ten of Swords for the Divine Feminines right now in the connective space? What is this Ten of Swords for the feminines? The Empress and death. Okay, so this is the birth, death, rebirth cycle. The Empress is understanding there are many cycles of coming and going, of the appearance of abandonment, and that it does not need to shake the abundant alignment of the Empress, the Queen of all queens. The Empress is wise, the Empress is mature, balanced, and used to these cycles, the lunar cycle, the menstrual cycle, the emotional cycle, the cycles in the journey, the cycles with karmic partners, the cycles with soulmates, the cycles with twin flame. The feminine recognizes these cycles and is not bothered as much by these illusions of abandonment, illusions of forever done kind of energy. The feminine is the keeper of the knowledge that things work in cycles. This is how the feminine holds space, knowing that this too shall pass. The masculines regulate time, and we often hear that the masculines take the feminines for granted, because they know that the feminines are waiting or holding space. So it's a flip side of that coin. So the feminines, again, understand that time is cyclical, so the masculines will come back around. And the masculines understand the feminines are waiting and holding space, so they can do what they need. This is some of the next level of this unconditional love of the space-time continuum. How cool. Okay, Page of Pentacles. This is interaction in the physical, so don't worry that it's just spiraling space and time out into the cosmos eternally for the Big Bang. So Page of Pentacles, what can we see for the divine masculines? Because it is coming from the masculines, it looks like an offer towards the divine feminine side. Wow, 10 of Wands in the reverse. So we have all of the 10s. We have 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and 10 of Cups, all on the table here. So across the board, on all levels, we're getting some completion energies, but 10 of Wands reduces to the Ace of Wands, which is purpose, which is passion. So the divine masculines may give the divine feminines an update that might be a little intangible. Divine feminines, if you do get contact, brief contact, a little bit of an apology, kindness, an unblocking, some reaching out, it is because the divine masculines are close to initiating some kind of a purpose-led motion in their life. They're putting down the burden. They want to put down the burden, and part of that burden is resisting these connections. So there does seem to be some potential communication. It might be over the holiday season, New Year's, that kind of thing does tend to draw some breaking of silence. But it's not going to be necessarily the be-all, end-all in union. It might still be a little bit out of context, is what I'm getting. It might not hit deeply. It might just be a little bit of a I care about you kind of reach out at this point. What can we see for the feminines that might be at the receiving end of this kind of information? 7 of Swords. So secretly just know that it does indicate that your masculine is gone but not gone, that they do care, that whenever anyone reaches out energetically or in the 3D and you know that you're feeling that secretly, that does mean there is a connection here. So you don't have to be attached that it's going to snowball into the next stage, but do know, don't delude yourself that it's a nothing. When anybody ever reaches out, it's a sacred thing. When we pay attention to anybody, that is an honor. That is an importance placed on the person that we are attending to. And so don't just dismiss it, receive it for what it is, but don't get carried away and ahead of yourself. Divine feminines. Okay, let's get a quick message. What would the divine masculines say to the divine feminines if they could say anything without fear right now? Thank you, Divine Creator, for bringing through the best messages. Divine masculines, I dream about you a lot, too much. So the divine masculines may be dreaming quite a bit about the divine feminines right now. Do you think about me too? They are wondering energetically if you are also aware of your connection. Possibly if there is some distance right now, if you haven't communicated in a while, if you have been making decisions and they don't know if you're considering them. So many different layers here. And then sex with you in the reverse, and let me hold you in the reverse. So they may be having dreams about sex or closeness. They may also be wondering if you miss them in these ways. Okay, let's get a conversation. So what would the divine feminines say to, do you think about me too, to the divine masculines? The divine feminines would say, I'm absolutely in love with you. But they are keeping it to themselves in the inverse here. So yes, divine masculines, your divine feminines, they know that they love you. They are absolutely in love with you. That's their answer. They may not know if you are absolutely in love with them, but beyond just thinking about you, they are absolutely in love with you. How would the feminines answer, I dream about you a lot, too much? And we are getting, maybe feminines are dreaming about you too, divine masculine. Maybe you're meeting in the astral realm. Maybe it's not a dream. This is a gray area. What is that, divine masculines? That's what the divine feminines would say. Okay, sex with you in the inverse. What would the divine feminines say to the masculines saying sex with you? You matter. So beyond just sex, they think of you, oh, love me. They think of you in a much more significant way than just sex. Your divine feminine does not just think of your connection as sexual. Let me hold you in the reverse. What can we see? How would the feminines respond to the divine masculines? I worry about us a lot in the reverse. So they would like nothing more than to put this ease at mind. Oh, 7 and 7. They're hoping that this comes to an end. They're hoping that there can be some closeness. And we get the card of reach out in the neutral position. So everybody is wishing to have the other reach out or wondering if they should be reaching out. So it's in the energy that everybody is desiring to know where they stand right now. So let's see what the feminines would say to the masculines. What can we see for the feminines? Okay, we get, I left because you told me to, in the reverse. So the feminines are wondering if they gave the wrong idea to you, divine masculines, if they pushed you away somehow. They're wondering if it was something that they were already feeling about a spaciousness coming in. It's like a chicken and an egg. They don't know necessarily who did what here. They're a little confused about why it needs to be this way. You are right in the reverse. So they're open to hearing your side of things, divine masculines, but they're also feeling like there could be other ways to look at things that don't need to be necessarily so overwhelmed. Now is not the time came out on the neutral, so they also are suggesting that maybe they're keeping an open mind about the timing or whether or not the connection is needing to be on pause or not. And then I feel the same way in the inverse. So the feminines are much more likely to be looking at the connective and unifying energies than the masculines. The masculines were kind of thinking, do the feminines think about me? Are they on that page? The feminines are like, I love you. I feel the same way. They're affirming the connection. So how would the masculines respond? I left because you told me to, in the reverse. I'm open to compromise in the reverse, and think before you act in the reverse. So the masculines are saying it may not look like I thought before I took space. and I'm not open to compromise right now. I had to do what I had to do. So the divine masculines are really saying to the feminines here, it's not about you. I did it for my own reasons. I have to do what I'm doing right now. So if the masculines have pulled back, they really feel that's the option that they have at this time. What can the masculines respond to? You are right in the reverse. The Ace of Swords is truth. It came out in the neutral. So the masculines are saying, don't be thinking black and white, yes or no, this and that. It's a compromising energy, or it's a meeting in the middle. There's two sides of the coin, two sides of the sword. So yeah, they're saying there are two sides of the story. Now is not the time in the neutral position. What can we see for the masculines that way? You make me want to do bad things in the reverse. So they are very much trying to suppress any of the low vibe temptation energies, but they are also noticing what they are inspired to do, and they're trying to make it so that those things that they want to do in these connections aren't going to be damaging. They are looking at the things that they want to do in how they can come forward with solutions regarding these things, not that it will be escapism or taking the easy way out, is what I'm getting from that. And I feel the same way in the reverse. What can we... we're getting, I am in so much pain. So the divine masculines do feel the same way, but they are hurting right now. They are cracking open. They are in a desperate place, or a absolutely sincere place that they cannot come forward right now. They are not open to compromise, not in this regard, not at this time. They don't want to do things in a shoddy way, I just heard. And once you hear their story eventually about this moment in time, it will make more sense. So have compassion now. Instead of waiting till you hear that story, don't be in delusion. I'm hearing again, divine feminines. There is a valid story going on right now. And you know, when we love unconditionally, everybody's choices are truly them doing the best they can with what they have to work with under the situation and circumstance. So always give the benefit of the doubt. Hands off, focus on you. If your counterpart has maxed out and needed more autonomy at this time, feminines, allow that. Okay, let's get into a daily divine masculine reading. What is it we can see for the DMs? This is not easy energy. DMs, actually, pardon me, I'm going to pull some support cards. So let's see what the DMs are releasing right now in this difficult time. Oh, they're dropping into the soul. They are not celebrating right now. Their priority is to go to the soul level and actually see what they need. So this is 0 point. Divine masculines are going into the depths of their soul right now to find the root of their lack of celebration, to find what they can. Soul retrieval, I just heard. What's some advice for the divine masculines? Energetic advice, what can we see? Awakening to source, soul confidence, reassurance, source essence. So we did get the soul, dropping into the soul. So they are connecting to source that deep. Spiritual strength, virtue and valor, and ancestry, courage, wisdom and empathy. So many are individuating from family lines right now. Many are going to emerge from this period of time sovereign, connected with source, not the earthbound alliances I just heard. And they're going to have won their hero's journey with spiritual strength, virtue and valor. They are going to overcome. So this is the rite of passage that the masculines are overcoming right now. So let's see what we can for how the divine masculines are feeling, thinking about these connections, thinking about divine feminine, feeling on the heart space, feeling for their divine feminine specifically. What are they wishing in their own lives and in these connections? What actions are they taking? What is the biggest challenge and solution for that challenge? What is the direction of the connection in the near future? All of this cracking open is to get to the other side, but whatever the masculines were just exploring, the grass wasn't greener. And they're having to face the music right now, I just heard. So divine feminines, just let your divine masculines do what they need to do. That's the only way it will be authentic. So what can we see for how they are thinking on the conscious mind? They're in deep, deep intuitive assessment of the heartache, of what really matters. I almost posted as a shout out for the divine masculines, let go of all the rules and regulations that don't feel good and let love shine. And that is exactly the epitome of these two cards. Feeling into the heartache and asking, is this heartache necessary? Is there a solution? Is there another way to look at it that sets us free? Is there an energetic truth that can come in and remove this heartache? Do we really have to keep cycling in the angst, the anxiety, the pain, the sadness, the separation, the serving two masters, trying to keep up with the Joneses, people pleasing, living up to the family preferences? Can we just live our own darn lives already? Can we just love ourselves enough to give ourselves permission to not hold back out of fear we're going to upset someone? Can we just step onto our own path because we want to? Can we give ourselves permission to go forward, knowing, reading the energy, understanding, trusting ourselves, that we don't have to go in harm's way. We can stray away from the things that don't feel good. That is not weak. We can go towards the things that feel good, but we do need to make amends, be accountable, do the best we can to unhook from the things that are not beneficial, that are not feeling good. It is selfish if we ditch and run away from that stuff. It is not selfish if we advocate for ourselves by cleaning up the mess when we go off track and then course correcting. So the divine masculines are starting to have these very poignant aha moments. There it is, end of anxiety. So divine masculines are taking their matters into their own hands and deciding that they don't want to live in hell anymore, I just heard. This is that deep rock bottom crisis that says life doesn't need to be this way. It doesn't need to hurt so bad. Love can feel good. I believe love can feel good. What are the masculines thinking about the divine feminines? Eight of Swords, they are in fear. They still need to do the work. We've got 8-8. Eight of Coins. This is the specialization in the next level of fear. So this is a very conscious understanding of where they've been too fearful and held back because they were ill-equipped, because they didn't know how to handle relationships like this. They didn't feel like they had the competency to navigate. The divine masculines are understanding that the more of these heartaches that they solve, the more they see that they don't have to live in heartache, the more they love themselves and others and want to be free from this, the more they see how to take things to the next level with you, divine feminine. And we get, this is the shadow, is that when we don't, this is cause and effect, when we don't believe that we can just walk away from heartache, that we don't have to live that way, we hold ourselves back from the things that don't have heartache because we think we have to carry this burden. If everyone threw the burden down and didn't do the things that they were caused, or that caused guilt and shame and harboring resentment and, not being authentic. If everybody threw all that stuff off, all the shackles of that off, everyone would trust themselves to be in this freedom and productive energy and aligned energy. So the divine masculines are starting to realize the ways that they've done these things, the ways that they have been misguided, and how it's affected not being able to come forward to these connections. It's not honoring of anyone involved to say no when we mean yes and yes when we mean no, especially if we are not harming anyone with those things. I mean, only, really. But that's subjective again. Sometimes we think, oh, we're harming people's feelings if we tell them what we actually want. But it is that simple, that if everybody just gave themselves permission to go towards the wholesome and life-affirming and love-based things that they want, instead of holding back to please others. That's the distinction. It's not a free-for-all to do whatever we want. It's literally the things that are love-based written on our heart. That's the thing I'm talking about in this reading. It is not just reckless things. It's not rebellious things. It's not evil things at all. The loving things on our heart. If everybody went towards the loving things on each of our hearts, it would all naturally organize. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space about these connections? They're seeing through all of the options and the confusion, that love wins, that there is one path of unconditional love. Deep within, they have a knowing, mercy, humility, compassion. They know that's the way, compassion. So this connection has taught them the compassionate way forward. And that is fueling this new emerging desire to bring this connection into the physical, against all the obstacles, against their previous assessment of what they were going to do here. They're starting to see that love wins, and that is going to be what allows these connections to come into the physical. What are they feeling on the heart space for the feminine? Well, we're consistent here. Same card as we got in the opening reading, the existential crisis, and the rock bottom, the separation wound. We get separation wound, original separation wound, and separation in the connection. So they are feeling very, very brokenhearted. Rock bottom about you, divine feminine. This is hell about this connection, about how it has gotten so far off track, how it does not authentically represent the love on their heart. They are in pain right now. At how difficult it is to be at any kind of distance from you, divine feminine. Here's that Pentacles deep within the heart. I just heard this is a pledge that the divine masculines actually want to correct where it's gotten off track. This is the Pentacle that they're mustering the clarity on the heart space, that they've never felt so far from you, divine feminine, and they don't like that feeling one bit. What are the masculines wishing for their lives right now? For their free will to align with divine will, the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. For their heart to align with the universe, with God, with the divine. To let that lead them through the labyrinth, the myriad of choices that are always there. They are wanting to choose love. What are they wishing for this connection? Oh wow, the Hierophant again, changing to embrace that higher truth, the divinely guided keys that they have revealed when they pay attention to the love written on their heart. they make those changes through the confusion towards the things that they are shown. Divine obedience, they're coming into alignment. They are preparing to hold counsel with the Queen of Swords, that can read energy, that can see it coming a mile away, that knows when it's in alignment or not. Only alignment with the higher love, with the principles of the universe, with the eternal, can bring the masculines into the council with this queen who knows and sees and understands. So there's a preparation to communicate from the soul. What is the action that the masculines are taking at this time? The Emperor, they are walking through the fire. They're walking towards their goals. They are willing to do whatever it takes to clean up whatever is needed. They know you think that they've walked away, but they haven't. They're sneaking up behind you, Divine Feminine. These Eight of Cups, they are, there you are, Divine Feminine, and they are on the shore coming towards you. I'm seeing the masculines coming up behind this feminine and hugging, embracing. They're so close to working this karmic puzzle, to finding their purpose, to solving the matters of the heart, the soul, to align with the eternal, to come forward. What are the actions they are taking to these connections? 5 of Wands and 7 of Wands. So they are throwing out all of the fluff, all of the unnecessary beliefs, and bravely going forward. More Wands now. The Soul, 10 of Wands. They're cleaning up the burden. They want to eliminate that. They're seeing that the only way to actually get rid of burden in their lives is to take matters into their own hands and follow their knowing. Not trying to spread themselves too thin by living up to what everybody else does. This is about individuating. There seems to be some perseverance, something that the masculines know they're going to have to push through in order to get to these connections. They are willing to fight for this, risk it now. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines? Opening their heart. The feminines had this in the same position. Opening the heart, letting go of scarcity, walking forward in the physical towards what they know their heart wants. Not all the truths have been seen. We saw that with the Sun in the first part of the reading, that they haven't seen all the answers about how to go towards this happiness, but the big picture thinking is coming. That's the challenge, though. Opening the heart, staying the course, seeing the big picture. What is the solution? Oh, are you kidding? We've got the Sun and the 10 of Cups, just like we got in the opening in different decks. The Sun is in the upright now. So the solution is keep focusing on the light, and everything is illuminated. Keep going towards the happiness. Here's the 9 of Wands again. This is the solution to the burden, to the perseverance. The exhaustion is to keep looking at the light, not to try and get bogged down by trying to figure out the crazy making burden and darkness and focusing on those things and cycling in that heavy energy. It's continually look at the light. Where are these connections going in the near future? Not having to force anything and allowing the destined path to be revealed. Becoming a free spirit energetically. Pardon me, everyone. Yeah. What can we do from here? Let's get one more card. What can we see for the divine counterparts? Pardon me, my coughing. The throat chakra. So this can be communication. My throat chakra just started going a little bit berserk. Quickening exponential expansion. So things are going to be moving forward pretty quickly once they kick off. 43, self-love. Everybody love yourselves so much right now. Masculines, you've got this. Feminines, you've got this. Bye for now.